Okay, hi guys, nice to see you all, and welcome to today's coaching session. Today, I have prepared a lot of interesting stuff for you. We will be talking about the age, the time, the neuroplasticity, the procrastination, all the interesting stuff. So make sure to stay tuned with me. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Katie Kaspari, and this is the SunUP Daily 365 Days of Manifestation Challenge that I am doing live every single day for the length of the 2024. Every day we're talking about a manifestation. We pick a topic and we break it down into detail. We look into the scientific research backing up this manifestation. And we're working on improving our lives in general, all of us as the community. I am the creator and founder of the Unshakable People Club, and my mission is to influence as many people as I can and make as many lives as I can better at this very challenging time indeed. So this is my contribution to society, and I hope you enjoy this session today. So as I said, today's manifestation is going to be very interesting. Just bear with me 1 second. I will. Okay. Drop me in the comments what you like, if you have any questions. And yeah, so let's go. Okay, today's manifestation sounds like this. You are never too late, and it's never too early to start. You are never too old or never too young to start something new. The perfect time is now. The perfect time is today. The perfect time is this year, this week, this month, however you define it. But the perfect time is here and now. So this is the manifestation that we're going to be working with today. And to break it down, this concept, and to make it easier to understand and comprehend and embrace, we will be addressing a number of scientific backed methodologies, tools, theories. We will be talking about people who have done serious works on the various topics that are part of this manifestation, so that we can better absorb it with our brains and make use of everything that this manifestation suggests. Okay, so shall we start and get going? Again, if you have any comments, questions, please drop it down in the comments section, and I'll be happy to attend to those during the live stream. So the first concept that you might come across a lot, and it is discussed a lot lately all over social media and all over the internet. There is a lot of scientific data on this. And the first concept that we're going to be covering today is the concept of neuroplasticity. And I want to come back to the founders of this concept and talk about the researchers, the authors of the of one of the works that I reference and use a lot in my work. It is the Merzenich, Van Vliet, and Nahum study that they have made, and they came up with this term, neuroplasticity, what it actually is. Their definition and the explanation of the concept is that neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to recognize itself by forming new neural connections throughout our life. And this ability suggests that learning and cognitive growth are possible at any age, so they do not depend on the age, and challenging the notion that we are limited by our age. Now, this limitation, this limiting belief, is something that I come across a lot in my private practice, and people come to me with the request to help them figure it out. Our world today is prone to change. We find ourselves in situations when we move jobs, we move homes, we relocate to different countries, and all this, obviously, all these changes, they take place in different different times of our life. It could be when we are young, but most often I find that people like 35, 45, 55 plus struggle to make these changes happen. They impose those limiting beliefs on themselves that I cannot change my career now. Where am I gonna go? I've done so much work already on developing my other career, but I hate my job. I hate what I'm doing. I do not want to stay there anymore. But I'm just afraid to make this start and make this to move into a different direction. Not let alone move, to even think about moving to a different direction. And this could cause a lot of problems. So if we come back to that research, there has been a study that suggests that change is possible and growth is possible in any age. And I believe that this is a part of a growth mindset, I guess. This is the part of many things, of positive thinking. And it creates the vibes and the energies inside you, inside your brain, that if only you believe that it's possible, if only you allow yourself to just give into this idea of possibility, you can make it happen. And it really and truly does not depend on how old you are, on what you are doing in life now, and what you want or desire to be doing in life in the ideal world situation. It doesn't depend on that. I'm not saying that you need to just drop everything in one day and just, quit your job and go do something else. I am saying that it is possible to teach your brain the idea that if you start looking in that direction, if you start making some moves to plan for this change to happen, it is never too late. And it doesn't depend on the age. It doesn't depend on your location. It doesn't depend on many other factors that you have currently in your current situation, in your environment. So this is the one thing. And the main idea here, and the main idea of this research, it really underscores the brain's capacity for change and adaptation to new things. And I think the pandemic is a great example, a great global example of that. The pandemic has actually shown us that Change is possible. Changes are not always good. Changes are more often hard to overcome. They are hard to accept. They are difficult to work with. And yes, they do bring some struggle because any change is stressful, always. But at the same time, they do open up possibilities. They do open up the doors. And if one door is closing, God is opening the window. And all you have to do is just see it. So with this, I want to reinforce the message that it's never too late to learn new skills or to change your behaviors. Whatever past you have, it's past. It's long gone. It's been there. You've done that. And you don't have to stay in that past. You don't have to hold on to it and grab firmly to it just because you have already invested a lot of your resources, a lot of your time, a lot of your effort into building that past. We all have. But if you're not happy with your present, then you need to make changes here and now. And our brain allows for that. And neuroplasticity, the concept of neuroplasticity is a great example to prove that. Now, the next concept I want to cover today is procrastination and something called the Zeigarnik effect. If you're not familiar with this concept, it's amazing. It literally suggests that our brain remembers the stuff and the actions and the events that we have not completed better than it remembers those that we have. So whenever we leave something halfway through, we leave something unfinished, or we approach some idea or some new task and we do not make it happen, we just leave it at the stage of a dream or at the stage of a thought, our brain quite literally just imprints it. And it remembers it better than something that we have actually completed and we have actually done. It also remembers the interrupted tasks. So, for example, if you've started doing something, you were interrupted somewhere in the middle, and then you switched your attention somewhere else, then this is also an event that your mind would imprint and will store forever, and literally would store better than any other. Now, this is a phenomenon and suggested by Bluma Zeigarnik, the author who first introduced this, and obviously the concept and the phenomenon is named after this author. So this phenomenon can lead to anxiety over unfinished tasks, which can motivate us humans to complete them and reduce procrastination. So once again, the Zeigarnik effect states that people remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed tasks. So we, by interrupting ourselves or not completing something that we wanted to and we promised we would do, we actually create more anxiety over the tasks that we haven't finished, and we start having more thoughts. We start thinking bad thoughts about ourselves, and we start thinking, oh, again, I did not make it happen. I always do. I never finish stuff. I never do that. That's just the way I am. And chances are that you will, at some point, you will talk yourself into the idea that you're just unable unable to finish things, that you're just unable to go all the way and complete it. And it's not you, in fact. And what Zeigarnik has found is that it's your brain. That's how it works. That's the internal function that that switches on, if you like. And that's just the scientific part of things. So what you need to do is quite literally just try to do your absolute best to finish as many tasks as you can and complete as many events as you can in your life. And you know what will happen? You will find yourself making less plans. You will find yourself being more careful about what you promise yourself. You will find that you will have a better dialogue with yourself and make better arrangements. You would initially try to understand if something that you're thinking about is actually feasible. If it is feasible, is it actionable? If it is actionable, then what are the timelines? What are the actual, what is the actual structure, the steps that you need to take? And you would plan those tasks out much better than you would have if you didn't have that knowledge in you. So let's remember that it's better to plan ahead. It's better to have less tasks scheduled, but to have more of them completed and uninterrupted and actually happen. So I encourage you to take your first step towards your goals. And I promise you that this would take the psychological discomfort of incompletion. And this psychological discomfort of incompletion is something that does us much more harm than not taking or planning the task in the first place. So if you have decided to go for it, make sure that you would do everything in your power to actually go for it. I am sure many of you have heard about the concept of growth mindset. Now, in this session, I also want to cover this a little bit, and it is the fixed versus growth mindset theory that I want to talk. And this theory was first introduced by Carol Dweck, and her research in mindset delineates between a fixed mindset where people believe their qualities are set in a stone, and a growth mindset where individuals believe their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Now, in my private practice, I see that quite literally people are divided into those two camps. Someone who is so certain that whatever they have, especially when people reach certain age and certain level of stability in their lives, they're certain that whatever they have is final. That's what they're going to have for the rest of their life. Whatever the skills they have them, and they might only lose some of those skills, but they would never be able to develop any new ones. Whatever wealth they have managed to build up until this point in their life, this is the amount of wealth that they're going to end their life, and nothing would change. And the second camp consists of people who always seem to not have enough. They reach one goal and they want to go further. They get a promotion and they do their absolute best at their work, and they still want to go further. They want to grow. Um, and it's not only business wise, it's not only professional wise, it's about wanting more, it's about dreaming bigger, it's about expanding your understanding of what universe has to offer you, and understanding better the energies that you yourself produce, that you yourself as a human being, that you consume, and how the energy of the universe is helping you to move in one direction or another, to move forward, to move up, to grow. I always emphasize the growth mindset in my work, and I'm a true believer that there is nothing final in our life, and as long as we keep our bodies healthy, and as long as we keep our minds open, we can always achieve new things. We can always strive towards better, and we can succeed. We can really set goals and achieve those goals if only we know the process from the inside out. So I encourage the belief that effort and persistence can lead to, well, to success. If you make effort, and if you make this effort on the regular basis, you inevitably achieve your goal. And many authors talk about this, and many of the practitioners in various fields of science and art and education, they they emphasize this as being one of the most important things to realize about yourself. You are the best person to limit yourself. Do you know that? There is no one, not a single person, not a single authoritative figure, not a single guru, not a single human being on earth that can influence you as much as you can influence yourself. You can limit yourself, or you can expand your own potential. You can expand your own abilities. I am not saying that those abilities are endless. I'm not saying that you can learn anything. And for example, I stand completely against the suggestion that you can learn talent. Talent is something that is given to you by nature. You either have it or not. But funny thing, I've seen an interview with I don't remember the guy's name. Anyway, he's a very famous singer. I will remember now. I'll say it. Now, I've seen an interview with him, and he was literally saying, well, I hear it so much that people are saying, oh, you're so talented, you're so great, and your songs are amazing, and this is just because you're so gifted. And he this was a live interview, and he played a record on his phone of ages ago, when he was just starting. And are you there? I think my camera has just stopped, and this is very interesting.